So today's topic is aggregation, association and the composition, right? So basically we have done that inheritance, right? Inheritance, that is what? That is a relationship, right? And we also seen one has a relationship, right? The classes has an object, right? So that is what? Has a relationship. If one object is present in the other class, that means they are having the has a relationship, right? That is what these terms are. These terms will be related to has a relationship, right? So these are basically the relationships, right? So while designing system like banking apps, e-commerce or social networks, and understanding how objects relate to each other, it helps to model real world scenarios, define ownerships and the life cycles. Okay, so we will be using these terms, ownership and the life cycles, prevent memory leaks or bugs, apply principles like solid, dry, composition over inheritance, right? So let's start with the association. This is a simple term, let's say has a relationship. Okay, so what is the definition? It is a general relationship where one class uses or interact with another. Okay, simple definition. I'm saying it's a general relationship where one class uses or interact with the another class without ownership, right? Without ownership. So this is important. Without ownership, we will see the difference among these three at the end. Okay, after explaining them, we will see the difference. Now it can be bidirectional as well as unidirectional. Let's say we are having two classes. We can say, let's say person, take the example of this person and passport, right? Now a person can have a passport, right? Now person can have a passport, right? This is what? This is has a relationship, has a relationship, right? In the person class we will be using the object of passport. This is what? Has a relationship, but it is not what we can say ownership is not there, right? Why ownership is not there? I will explain it later. I can say that passport should not be the necessary thing for the person, right? So person can exist without passport also, right? Correct. So that's what I will say. In the later example you will get the exact meaning. So the objects are independent, right? So objects are independent. That's what I explained. For the person to exist, we not need to have the passport. Okay, same with the passport. If we are making the class of passport, person should be there, should not be there. It's not important. Okay, so the no part of relationship. So there is no relationship between them. They can exist independently. So there are some types of association. First is one-on-one. This was the example of one-on-one. Person can have only one passport, right? So the person can have only one passport. And one-to-many, this is the second type. Let's say a teacher can have many students, right? Teacher can have many students. So there will be class of teacher which can have the many student objects, right? This is the second type, that is one-to-many. This is the type of associations, right? And many-to-one. Now many students can share some course, or we can say one college. Many students, one college, right? This is what? One college. This is what? One many-to-one, right? There will be many students, many student class, many classes. Okay, or we can say objects of student, and they all will share the one college object or the class, right? So many-to-one, this is completed. Many-to-many. Now many students can enroll in many courses. So there will be many students, many courses, right? Many students, many courses. Correct. So this is the example of many to many. Understood? So this is basically the relationships, right, between two classes. And in the association, the classes can exist independently, right? These are the main things. This is the main point basically. These one. Okay, so let's move to the types. Example of the types. One to one. As I said, one object of class A is associated with exactly one object of class B, right? Okay, we can see the example of passport and the person. Person is their class, right? Within that, it is having only one passport, right? One passport will be there. So this is one to one. Great. So here what is happening? Each person is linked to only one passport. One to one. Great. Now when two entities are exclusively and tightly linked but independent in life cycle, right? So this is the use case. Got it. The second one is one to many association. Means there will be one object of class A and multiple objects of class B, right? What was the example? Teacher and student, right? And student. So you can see the example here. A teacher teaches many students, or we can say a department has many employees. So let's check the example of the student and teacher. There is a class of student. There is a class of teacher. Now teacher can teach many students, so we are using the list of students, right? The type is student, that is this one. So there will be multiple objects of student in this array list. Okay, this is what? Array list of students object. Correct. So that is one to many relationship. Got it. Simple examples, right? So in the interview they may ask you about these four types, and you can simply tell them the what? The definitions, the examples. Okay. So the third one is, and this is the use case as I explained, right? Where child objects are logically grouped under a parent but can exist independently, right? Third is many to one. What is the definition? Multiple objects of class A, right, and single object of class B, right? That is many to one. We can take the example of student and the course or the college. Many students study at the same college. That means many students, single college. Let's take the example. College class is there. We are having the name of the college, and student class is there. We are having the name of the student and the college in which they are studying, right? So there can be multiple students, right? So this is the example of many to one, and these are the use cases. Shared resource for some common group, right? Let's say here student was the common group and they share the same college. Second thing is students can exist independently but are associated with a single college, right? So the fourth one is many to many. Here comes many to many. What is many to many? Example of many to many. It can be like many students enroll in many courses in the college. Let's say multiple objects of class A, right? Multiple objects of class B, right? So let's say we are having the list of the students. Okay, in the main function, what we will have? We will be having courses. One course class will be there. So I will be creating the class for the course C1 equal to new course, let's say AWS, right? The second course is course C2 new course DSA. Okay. Third is C3 oops, right? So I created the three object of class A. Here class A is what? Class A is what? Course, right? And class B is student. So we will be having many to many courses many student, right? Or let's check, this is B, this is A. Okay, now I will be creating the object of student. Okay, what we are doing, S1 equal to new student, right? I will be passing what, the name of the student, let's say Karan, and the list of the courses. Let's say we will be making the list. Okay, list, we will be preparing the list of the courses. Let's say in the list I have put C1, C2, and that's it, C1, C2. Okay, so this is, let's say, L1. So I have passed L1 here, correct? In the S2, this is new student, name is Aman. I will be creating a new list. Okay, let's say in the L2 list we are having C1 and C3, correct? So L2, right? So this is the example of many to many. Here also we can pass what, the list of the students. So C1 is enrolled by Karan also and Aman also. So we can pass the list of the student. So list ls equal to Karan and Aman, we will add it, right? So we will add what, ls. Okay, so like this, list like this we will be having. Now this will not be happen in the constructor. This we need to do after the creation of the object, right? Basically this will be the real time example, right? Let's say there will be two cases, right? Let's say in the starting only, we know that Karan opted for the what, C1 course, right? And basically let's say C1 course is opted by Karan and Aman, right? And C2 course is opted by only Aman, not Aman, Karan. And think, let's say, okay, C3 is by Karan, right? If we know in the starting, then we can pass it in the object only, object constructor, right? Because we know the conditions, so we can pass it. Okay, that means this will not be changed further. And if we know, and say vice versa with the names also, right? Let's say Karan opted for the C1 and C3, Aman opted for the C1 and C2, right? So these lists we can pass here and these lists we can pass here in the starting only. But further, let's say we have created the objects, we have created the courses, we have created the name of the student. Further they are taking new courses, then we need to handle it further, like using the DB or something. Got it? So there will be two tables for this courses and for this student. They will be linked. Just understand this part now. Okay, that will be confusion. This is not the case for you. So this is the example of what we are having, many students, we are having many courses. So this is the example of many to many relationship, right? That's what we have written here. Each student can take multiple courses. Each course can have the multiple students. And these are the use cases: complex relationship with cross linking, okay, and requires intermediate mapping or the join table in the DB. This is what I was talking about, okay, join table in the DB. Let's say in the starting, we don't know, we have created the objects of courses and the students, and further we are like, let's say student enroll, starting enrolling in the courses, then we need to update the DB. They will be linked together, join table, right? So this is the summary of all four types: one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. Got it?